Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Why I Study. In today's video, we are going to build a complete AI chat application using .NET, Blazor, and GitHub Models. But this is not a simple chatbot. We are going to build a RAG-based AI application. That means the AI will not only rely on the large language model (LLM), but it will also read information from PDF documents that we have already stored in a vector databases and generate the answer based on those documents. I will explain how it's storing in the vector database and how we can add the PDFs in our application. So by the end of this video, you will understand what is RAG is and how to build a Blazor AI chat application through .NET, how to upload PDF files as knowledge source, how to store embeddings in a vector database, how to combine LLM plus documents to generate accurate responses. So let's get started. I have presented my screen, so these are the three slides that will explain the RAG and the traditional LLM AI chatbots, ChatGPT and the other LLM chatbots that we are already utilizing over the web. So that is called the LLM. It's not the RAG based. So I will explain what is the difference between the RAG based chatbot and the LLM based chatbots. RAG is also utilizing the LLM, but there is the difference between RAG based chatbots and the LLM. So what is RAG? So RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. Okay, retrieval, augment, and generate. It's bifurcated in three parts. One is the retrieval, another one is the augmented, another one is the generate. So normally an AI chatbot, how it works. So normally it's utilizing user is giving the inputs, applications you utilizing those inputs, and we are utilizing the one LLM model. Anyone, I think it's a OpenAI chatbot, ChatGPT, or the Olama. I think the multiple chatbots we have, the Geminis from the Google. So any LLM we are picking and just taking the response from that LLM and giving the response. But that is called the LLM based applications, not is the RAG based. So in RAG based, we have the more bifurcation I'm showing you. Yeah, this one is the traditional AI chatbot that we are discussing just a minute before. It's a user. User is giving the inputs. Application is taking the inputs, and application is giving those inputs to LLM model. LLM model, any LLM model that you are using. It's a ChatGPT or the Gemini or the Olama. Any LLM models that we are using, and whatever the response given by the LLM, we are responding to the user. So it's the pre-trained knowledge, and it's the traditional based AI chatbot that we are utilizing till earlier. So now RAG system, I mean how we are utilizing through the RAG based chatbot. So here this one is the architecture. What the user will do, user will give the inputs as it is that is giving to the applications. So user will give the inputs to applications. What the applications will do, application will check to vector db. What is the vector db, we'll discuss in this video in brief, and even in the applications like how we are chunking those PDFs in vector db. So what the vector db is storing whatever the instructions or the set of PDFs we have. We are already giving these applications to read and take the prior knowledge from those PDFs. So those PDFs, these applications will chunked and stored in vector db. Okay, so this vector db have the informations from those PDFs in chunks format. Okay, so these applications will take those chunks of information, and will check in those docs file, and then it will send to LLM model. And what the LLM will do, LLM will check the response, like it's correct or not, or it's do the formatting, uh, or the cosmetic things, whatever the things will be required, or the any corrections or any more deep search will required. So those parts will done by the LLM. So here what we will get, it will be specific to our applications, it will be specific to our knowledge base, like what kind of response we are trying to give to our users. So this will respond accordingly. Okay, let's suppose we need to build the any applications that is based on specific to insurance, that is based on specific to airlines domains, and we only want to respond to specific to those applications, specific to those domains, not beyond that. So for that we need to build the RAG based system application. So this application is also the chatbot, but the response will is specific to the categorizations of the users, of the developers that providing like these informations when the user will do ask. So we need to filter out and we need to respond in this sequence. So we are able to customize the response in the RAG system, but in the LLM it's not possible. LLM will do response as per the deep source, as per the analysis by themselves. But here we are able to categorize, here we are able to customize, and then we are able to respond to our users in a specific manner. So this is the difference between the RAG and the LLM. These three slides are enough to explain these differences. Now I am going to build the one applications using this .NET and Blazor. So this is a Visual Studio 2026. I'm just opening, clicking on the create a new project. And here you need to select the one options is AI. I think it's already inbuilt in 2026 Visual Studio. If you have, then you can see that option. Once you will select this AI, then there is a one option, it will get visualized as an AI chat web app. Select this. If you can see that this project template is creating an AI chatbot applications which use the Retrieval-Augmented Generation. It's a RAG-based chatbot applications with your own data. Okay, own data, it means the knowledge base we are giving from our side. Here we can select the any project name as a chat app 7 till 6 I have already built, so that's why I'm giving this 7. Next. If you can see that there is a framework, so framework I am selecting as a .NET 10 because it's a long-term support. .NET 11 is also, I think it's already came, but I haven't utilized. I think it's not in the long-term support, it's in the MIS period. So that's why I'm selecting as a .NET 10. AI service provider, so we have the multiple service provider. If you can see that, the Azure OpenAI, GitHub Model, Olama, and OpenAI platform. So these are the four LLM service provider we have. So I'm selecting as a GitHub Model. As by default it's already selected, I'm going with that. And the vector store is local on disk because we are storing in local, so that's why. Even we have the another options. If you want to store in Azure AI Search, that is also available, but I'm storing on the local, so that's why I have selected as local on disk. Now I'm clicking on the create. Yeah, so if you can see that this project has been created. This is the readme options that Microsoft is providing, like how we can do add the token. I will show you like how we can do add the token in our applications from the GitHub platform, and where we need to add. So that one also I will showcase. So this is the application architecture of this chat app. If you can see that, this is the connection service. It's I think it's the same one like we have already utilized in our traditional applications. Dependency in the same manner, properties in the same manner, WW root in the same manner. If someone have to worked on the ASP.NET Core, so these all architecture and the components in the same manner. But what is the difference in chatbot applications, RAG-based applications, and the traditional one? So here you can see that the data, I think here there is the one categories in the WW root. Here is the data folder, libraries, and the components. So in data, whatever the PDFs we want to utilize for this knowledge base, so those PDFs we need to paste inside the data folder. If you want to change the path, that you can also do that, but you also need to do some changes in our CS file. So I will showcase. Yeah, so those PDFs we need to add it here. Later, those libraries, if you want to any kind of libraries you want to add, the CSS part and the JS, it's the same like earlier we have worked in our traditional applications. So I'm not going to brief more about that. The components, yeah. So now there is a application, there is one file is a program.cs. Here you can see that the credentials it's picking from the GitHub Models token. So first what we need to do, we need to create a one token from our GitHub, and then that token we need to add in our applications, I mean in this applications. That applications will check like which model we have the permission to access this GitHub model. I will showcase you like how we can provide the permission, but first we need to create the token. At that time it will ask for the permission, so we need to give the permission for the LLM models, like which models you want to give the permissions. It's a read only, it's a write only, I mean there's a list of permissions we need to add. So those I will do showcase you. So in credentials, it will first try to pick this token from GitHub model, the OpenAI options, and then here if you can see that it's an endpoint, the models.inference.ai.azure.com. It's a URL to access the models. In GH model client, it will check this URL, this endpoint, and the credentials, that is the GitHub Models API key, and chat client that we are using the GPT 4o mini. So these chat clients we are using embedding generators, like how we can do generate. So as of now we are using this text hyphen embedding hyphen 3 hyphen small. There is a multiple options also available, like in medium, in high, and the number of contents we want to more brief, we want to get the response in more brief, then we have the multiple options to utilize this. But this is all the defaults that I'm showing to you. This is the vector store path. So where this vector hyphen store.db, I mean where those PDF chunks is storing. So there is a one file, it's by default creating, it's a vector hyphen store.db. Here if you can see that the all chunks of those PDFs will store in this file, the vector hyphen store.db. So what the applications will do, applications once take the input from the user and will check this in this database file and pick those chunks, and then it will check in the document that it's already created, I mean from this knowledge base PDF, and those chunks and the PDF files response this chatbot will send to LLM model, and once the LLM model will respond, then it will respond to us. So this is the RAG-based application, like how it's working. So these are the list of statements that's already built in. Now I'm going to showcase you how we can do add the GitHub model token. Okay, so first you need to log in your GitHub account. Yeah, and the setting, you need to go inside the developer setting, and then if you can see that there is a one option, it's available as a personal access token, and inside the personal access token we have the two options. One is the fine grained tokens, another one is the tokens. So we need to go for the fine grained token. I have already utilizing for one of the apps, so I can also create the another one, not an issue. So I'm creating for this application. This application name is chat app 7. Let's go demo. The 30 days expiring we have, so I'm selecting as a 7 days to get expire because I don't have to use much more after this demo. So I have selected the expiration date. This repository access I am keeping as the public repositories. Yeah, here you can see that the add permissions. So in this add permissions, you need to select like which purpose you want to utilize this token. So I'm utilizing for models. Okay, so I'm utilizing for models, and also if you want to select as a copilot chat, so that will also okay. So if you can see that the access level is read only, and now I'm clicking on this generate token. Yeah, yes, I'm clicking on the generate. Now it's generated. So here's this token. I'm just copying that, and again I'm switching to our application. In this application, just click on this right click on that, and then there's a one option which is a manage user secret. Add this token. I think there is a one key that we need to add it, so copy that one and just add in this file. Adding this token values. Okay, it's started now. And for the PDF that we need to give as a knowledge base, so I'm just picking one PDF file, any PDF file. If you have the any other one, then you can pick. I'm just picking any of the PDF that it's utilizing. Like I'm picking this introduction to operation literature, just copying this PDF. And pasting inside the data. Okay, going to do the few changes related to front end. It will showcase my PDF, whatever I have added here. So yeah, here we can also add our PDF file. The introduction to operation research. For the clarity purpose, I'm just adding the state of space and underscore. It looks fine. Okay. Yeah, this is the front page of our chatbot. So it will get visualized like this. I'm just running this application. So I think we have already added the secrets and the knowledge base PDF, and the vector DB is already created. So what it will do once I will run this application, let's see how it's get visualized. Yeah, so here we can see that this is the PDF that we have added in our application. It's an introduction to operation research. When I will select, this PDF will get open. So whatever I will do ask that it's already in this PDF, this chatbot will return the response. in the formatted response, in the accurate response by using the LLM model. So let's suppose I'm just picking any topic from this PDF. I'm just opening this PDF one, and just I'm asking about this non-linear programming, NLP. I'm asking to the RAG chat application to explain this non-linear programming NLP. Let's see how it will do response. First, it's loading the relevant document that is for eligible for this response. So it's loading. Once the documents will get loaded, it will bifurcate in chunks and stored in vector databases. Later, this chatbot will pick those chunks and the PDF document response and send to our LLM model that we are utilizing. We have currently we are using the OpenAI LLM model for these applications. So it's loading the relevant documents. Let's see what will get happen. Hopefully it will do response properly. It's taking time because it's the first time, and it's chunking this PDF file to store in vector DB. So hope it's storing now. From next time it will not take more time because the PDF will already chunked and is stored in vector databases. So what the chat API will do, or this chat app will do, it will take the inputs from our side and directly it will check from the vector DB. If those chunks will do available, it will directly send to the LLM model. LLM model as per your used applications. Let's suppose if you are utilizing OpenAI, it will send to OpenAI chat, OpenAI LLM model. If you are using Olama, it will send to Olama. If you are using the Gemini, it will send to Gemini chat. It's loading. I think it's taking time to check this PDF. I think this PDF file is also a pretty. The number of files is more than expected. Hopefully it's more than 200 pages, so that's why it's taking time. No issue. We'll wait for this. Yes, still loading. Let's see from the another tab. If it will not do work, we'll check in the debug mode, like why it's not responding. So it's not an issue. Yeah, here if you can see that I think it's responding properly. This searching result is related to non-linear programming. Is this one, the key points. It's picking from this PDF that we have already given to this applications. And even if you can see that the multiple questions and the chunks is already available, that it's categorized on behalf of this PDF and it's already stored in the vector DB, and those vector DB responses will do suggest in each and every request and response in terms of the inputs and the outputs that you are giving to this chatbot. So that's right. Let's suppose it's giving the one options for what are commonly NLP techniques. So it will respond. Firstly, I think it's already chunks, so we'll see that outputs. I think I have given the last PDF, so that's why it's taking time and it's failing to reload. We need to give the small set of files to categorize and store in the chunks format. So to categorize in the chunks format and store in the vector DB. So that's why I have already given the 200 plus. I think it's a 260 pages of PDF. So that's why it's taking time to categorize it. But it's not responding and it's working properly, if you can see that. So if you want to explore more, then you can do. So this is the way that we are creating the RAG-based chatbot applications through our .NET. Even it will taking hardly the half an hour or 1 hour to create this, because already the built-in template